Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2, and I'm back again with another movie review. You'll have to pardon me because I've come down with a bit of a cold, but I'm sure it's on its way out. I'm fighting back, and I'll probably be better in a couple more days. It's really unusual because I hardly ever get sick, but that aside, I recently watched Elling, which was a film that my friend Jan from Norway recommended for me. I'd never heard of this movie, but apparently it got Best Picture, and now I can see why. It's a slice of life dramedy. It's about two men, Elling and Kjell Barn. They are put into new living establishments by a social worker, and it's sort of like The Odd Couple in a way, but it's a little bit different than that. Elling, he is a man that's an introvert. He's very quiet, mysterious. He thinks that Kajal is just out of control, and Kajal doesn't really know how to speak around women. He's not certain of how to converse with them properly, and Elling has to help him later with that. And it's interesting because, as my friend pointed out to me earlier, we have a little bit of Elling in us, and honestly, I could relate more to Elling than Kajal, because Kajal's personality was kind of obtrusive and rude, and I am spontaneous like he is, but I watch what I say, and I'm very um, careful about what comes out of my mouth. I think things over before I actually say them, so I know that what I say sounds right when it bursts out of my mouth and I don't insult anybody. And Kajal is one of those people in the film. He doesn't care. He just says whatever comes to his mind. And one of the things he says quite a bit is, "This is the best damn food I've ever eaten," or "This is the best damn whatever." It's just sort of it starts out, "This is the best damn ellipsis." It could be anything, and it's just something he says quite a bit. That he swears a lot. Well, that's just his character. It's just a part of who he is. And Elling says, "Could you please not swear?" And it's just so funny. I got a big kick out of that. There are a lot of moments that are triumphant, and then there are those that are heartrending and poignant in the way that they're portrayed. And it's kind of a bittersweet film. I won't tell you why, but it's one of the best films I've seen in a long time, and I give it 4 stars. I absolutely loved it, and I felt that it was very compelling and thought provoking, because a lot of these things happen in reality, and I think that people can relate to either Elling or Kajel, and maybe even both of the characters or other characters that were involved. They're all connected in their own ways, and excuse me for waxing philosophical here, but if you know anything about string theory or modified string theory, it's actually one of my favorite things in the entire world. This theory states that we are all connected in one way, shape, or form. We may not realize it at the very beginning, but just as if you throw a rock across a pond, it causes a ripple, and that ripple can affect other people along the way, and they may not thank you for what you have done for their lives and how you've changed them, even though it might be minor. Later on, these things can have a tremendous impact, and I've seen this myself in helping people, volunteering, just doing good deeds, little acts of kindness. And it was funny what Elling said about Kajel. He says it doesn't matter who he meets, he's always picking people up. And I thought there's a lot of truth to true friendship in that, because a true friend, they will pick you up when you are at your lowest, and they will help you get back on your feet, no matter what you are facing. And sometimes they'll give you a swift kick in the tuchus just to get you going, but there are times that is what is necessary to get you moving. Uh, this is a very phenomenal film. I really loved it. I've added it to my collection, and I'm glad that I have it. And I really like foreign films because many times foreign films, just the way that they're done, uh, they have more of a more of a one moment, please. Burt Residence. Hi, this is Ann with Account Services with some good news. Sorry about that. Robocall. Anyway, where was I? As I was saying, before I got so rudely cut off by that robot telemarketer. Lame! Uh, I just feel that there's so much involved in this movie. And like I said, foreign films, this might be a bias of mine, but I just think that a lot of foreign films just go into the psychological nature, and they also have a sociological overtone to them. And that made it that much more intriguing to me. And I really enjoyed that, and I got a lot from it. So if you haven't heard of Elling, I would look into it. You can find it on Netflix, and it's a definite must watch. And I really enjoyed it, and it gave me some good belly laughs. There were a lot of good scenes that were involved in it, and uh, it has sort of an unusual ending. But it's not the type of ending that would make you sad at all. At least it didn't make me sad. Maybe if you're a little bit different than me, I saw it as an optimistic thing for Elling. I'm not going to say what happens because that'd be a huge spoiler alert. So I'm not going to do that. So you don't have to flame me. I, uh, excuse me. Beyond that, I really didn't have any complaints or gripes about this movie whatsoever. It was perfect all the way through, and I'm very happy that my friend from Norway introduced this to me because I never even heard of it. I was, I'm so I'm so ignorant when it comes to foreign films, and the only way I can hear about them is from friends that I have overseas, unfortunately. And that was the only one that was ever put on DVD. I wish they had others, but that's the only one that made Best Picture. I think it was, if I looked on the webpage, it's '05. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. I may be incorrect. I probably am, but uh, I could see why it received that award because it truly is a remarkable movie, and it's one that makes you think. It truly does because there's so many things that happen that are true to life, and it just makes you realize sometimes there are people that need a little push, and then there are those who need guidance in their own ways and have drawbacks and fallbacks, quirks, or just flaws. But no matter what, your true friends, they will stand next to you and they will love you no matter what. They're going to be loyal to you even if you get on their nerves. And I think that's the base of this movie. What can summarize it entirely? Just tolerance, friendship in and of itself, um, and how people change. They can become better over time, and that's true of all of us. If we just go outside of our comfort zone every so often, it's a little painful at first, but the alterations that we make ultimately they are worth the while in the end.